Hello, and welcome to AI Unpacked. I'm your host Kalyan, and I'm thrilled you've joined me today on this journey into one of the most exciting and sometimes intimidating technologies of our time.
You are listening AI Unpacked with Kalyanjit Hatibaruah. And if listening on an Apple podcast, and do subscribe your podcast and Spotify, hit the bell icon to never miss. And episode
Artificial intelligence. But don't worry, this is not a lecture, this is a conversation. A friendly guide for curious minds who want to understand how AI works and why it's everywhere right now. So let me ask you something. Have you ever used ChatGPT? Maybe you've asked Alexa about the weather or typed something into Google and gotten scarily accurate suggestions? Or perhaps your favorite app knows exactly which movie or product to recommend next. Well, behind all of that is AI. Artificial intelligence is no longer science fiction. It's here, and it's woven into the apps, services, and even policies that shape our daily lives. But here's the thing. Most people use AI without knowing what it really is. That's what this series is for, to pull back the curtain. So, let's start with the basics. At its core, AI is a system that learns patterns from data, kind of like how humans learn from experience. It can spot a cat in a photo, understand the tone of your voice, predict traffic, or even write poems. But how does it do that? Imagine you've read millions of books, articles, tweets, and conversations. Over time, you'd start recognizing how language works, how people think, and what usually comes next in a sentence. That's kind of what AI models do. They learn by example, a lot of examples. The type of AI you've probably heard most about is called a foundation model, big general purpose brains trained on massive datasets. ChatGPT, for instance, is based on one called GPT-4. It's been trained on internet-scale data to help it answer questions, write stories, translate languages, you name it. But here's the kicker. None of this works without a long chain of human effort and technology. From collecting and labeling data, to training models on supercomputers, to deploying apps safely. That's the AI ecosystem we'll be unpacking in this podcast. Okay, so you're not a computer scientist. Maybe you're a student, a teacher, a business owner, an artist. You might be wondering, why should I care how this stuff works? Here's why. Because AI is already impacting jobs, education, healthcare, and creativity. Because knowing how AI works helps you ask better questions when you use it. Because in the future, AI literacy may be as important as reading and writing. Understanding AI isn't about becoming a programmer. It's about becoming an informed human in a digital world. Over the next 9 episodes, we'll break down the full life cycle of AI. Here's a quick preview. Next episode, we begin at the very start, data collection and labeling. You'll learn where the data comes from and how humans help AI learn. After that, we'll dive into how these models are trained, what goes on inside their digital brains. Then we'll explore the powerful computers behind the scenes, the frameworks developers use, the apps AI powers in the real world, and how people are working to make AI ethical and safe. In our final episodes, we'll zoom out and look at the big picture and how you can be part of it. Think of this like a guided tour through the AI factory, except you don't need a computer science degree, just curiosity. Let's take a pause and think. Can you name one app or service you use that's probably powered by AI? Better yet, how did you feel when you realized it wasn't a human helping you? Think about that. And if you have thoughts or stories, I'd love to hear them. You can reach out to me on LinkedIn or Twitter at Kalyanjit, or leave a voice message via our podcast link. So, To wrap up today's episode, artificial intelligence is not magic, it's math, data, code, and collaboration. And once you understand how it works, you'll be more prepared to use it wisely, question it intelligently, and maybe even build with it. Thanks for listening to episode 1 of AI Unpacked. In episode 2, we'll begin our journey at the source of it, all data, where it comes from, who collects it, and why it's the most valuable ingredient in AI. If you enjoyed this episode, don't forget to follow, share with a friend, and leave us a rating on your favorite podcast platform. Until next time, stay curious, stay informed. This is Kalyan signing off.
A Pod One production.